Kwa anatemba akuone. Kuya sasa hivi.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. I don't speak. What do you want?
Hapana hivyo, mwingine. Nilikwambia, ni mwingine. Hapana hivyo, mwingine. Mwingine.
Welcome back, guys. Today we'll be doing something different. Given my review on the show Missing You, I did mention I was going to compile a list of 5 shows within the mystery thriller genre that I feel went under the radar for so many people. And so they're going to be 5 in number. I'm going to detail them. I'm not going to jump into any spoilers, largely just to give an overview and a recommendation. So let's get started. First off, before I begin, don't forget to subscribe, like, and ding that notification bell for more updates and reviews. So kicking things off, we're going to start with the first show on the list. I haven't really compiled them in order of recommendation, they're just random, but let's kick off with The Widow.
Louis Chartrand! Peter Bello Ananichunga! Peter Bello Ananichunga!
The Widow is one of my favorite recommendations on the list, largely because of the talent involved. So the story centers around Georgia, who's grieving the death of her husband after his plane crashes in the Congo. However, one day she sees him on the news in a crowd, and she sets off for the Congo to prove that he's still alive. She's met with a lot of resistance from the local militia, as well as the choppy political climate at the time. And if you did enjoy something like Blood Diamond, this is more like that. And anyway, against all odds, she establishes some allies as she's thrust in this tension-fueled show that is quite entertaining, packed with great performances from Kate freaking Beckinsale and Charles Dance. And this is one of the few action-packed shows on the list, and since it's Kate Beckinsale, she does kick ass, and the payoff will be dependent on how much you're invested in the story. And I'd say it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's quite short, precise, and it leaves you entertained.
Why do you think she did it?
You lied to me.
Who are you?
I'm sorry. What happened to Chloe?
Next up on the list, we have Chloe, and I did come across Chloe from a recommendation within the comment section and ended up quite entertained, and therefore I feel like this is one of those shows I'll always recommend to anyone who'll spare me some time, because I'm like, you need to check out Chloe. Chloe is quite awesome. Anyway, so the show is about Claire, Chloe's childhood best friend, who ends up dead, and Chloe embarks on an investigation to figure out what led to her death, all while trying to balance home and work, which add to the tense aspects of the show. I'm not going to delve into that, largely because of the spoilers, and therefore she infiltrates this cauliflower rice, zucchini noodle eating, soy latte drinking, eccentric friend group of trust fund babies in hopes of getting answers. Now, this is a great murder mystery as it keeps you guessing, and the payoff is well earned. The performances are quite fantastic, especially by the lead, who delivers on multiple fronts, given how she has to play many different characters so as to keep up her act. And this show plays more like you, and movies like A Simple Favor. And anyway, once you start, you won't stop. Trust me on that. Likely it doesn't overstay its welcome, just like The Widow, and is one of the stronger entries on the list. So stick with it till the end. You're going to be highly entertained, and the mystery is totally worth sticking around for.
You're a fucking bitch.
Bitch is right. And I'm a wolf tonight.
So next up we have Dr. Foster. I'd say Dr. Foster is one of the popular choices within this list, largely because I've had a number of people recommend it to me, and it came highly recommended, and with good reason. Anyway, it focuses on Gemma, who is a successful doctor, a general practitioner at a local hospital, and comes to the realization that her husband Simon might be cheating or is cheating. The story is told from the perspective of Gemma, and you watch her spiral as she tries to prove their infidelity. And this show is bolstered with great dramatic beats, and this is a performance-focused show, and as much as it's entertaining, it does take its time to pay off the mystery. It might also be considered a slow burn, since it takes time for the events to kick off. Luckily, the performances are great, and this just gets interesting because you have Jodie Comer in the show, and she brings it all together. This is also the only show on the list here to spawn multiple seasons, so yeah, keep an eye out for the second season once you're done with season 1. And yeah, trust me, you'll be highly entertained, and the payoff is worth it.
You guys know who I am? I'm not a dirty cop. Detectives, we do things by the book.
Mr. The Madness I'm living.
Next up, we have We Own This City. Let's bring in an American show to change things up. So We Own This City centers around gun trace police task force based in Baltimore, who end up being an investigation for a case of corruption or for cases of corruption. There are a handful of morally ambiguous characters that you end up finding yourself rooting for. And the mystery component comes into play in this one because there's an investigation that is played out all through the season, as the writers leave you pondering if these officers are truly guilty or innocent. Where this show succeeds is in the tension that is built, and how the story is told out of order leaves you guessing as you're thrust in this tense thriller that packs quite a hard punch. And it's quite ultra-violent and unapologetic in its depiction of corruption within the police department. It's got a stacked cast of quite talented actors who I bet you're probably familiar with from other features once you see their faces, and they put in great performances which carry this show for the most part. And I'd go as far as to say that this is a show that I did give a rating of 10 out of 10, and for good reason, and it's also based on a true story. Trust me, once you start, you won't be able to stop. Just like The Widow, it's also has action, not as much, but it has some action beats compared to the last two, which are purely drama focused.
Tonight, you, me, Logbar. I know you're looking for a motive.
Last on the list, we have I May Destroy You. This was probably my favorite show on the list. If I was to rank them, I'd probably have this up there, just beneath We Own This City, then I May Destroy You, then The Widow, then Dr. Foster, then Chloe, in that order if I was to rank them. But anyway, I May Destroy You centers around Arabella, who's always up for a good time. However, on one unfortunate night, she ends up being drugged and taken advantage of. And the show is her trying to, or rather attempting to recall the events of that night, and we follow her. She tries to unravel the mystery while juggling with the aftermath of what might have transpired, and she is burdened quite a lot by the trauma. This is a powerful and emotionally taxing show, and therefore I wouldn't recommend watching it when you're in low spirits, because it takes away from you. Trust me on that. Michaela Cole shines as Arabella in this one, and this was my second introduction to her after watching Cherry, where she is also bloody fantastic. She also wrote this show as well as directed some of the episodes. It's quite beautifully shot, visually appealing, and captures the nightlife and the party scenes of Europe, while also tugging at your heartstrings as to the experiences that she had to endure as a woman. You'll be transfixed by her performance, which is quite nuanced, and hopefully you walk away quite entertained. And it's a very powerful show, trust me on that. And you'll, again, another recurring theme, once you start, you won't be able to stop, because each episode ends on sort of a cliffhanger, dangling small bits to the clues until the last episode, where you get the answers after sticking with it till the end. And the payoff is worth it. Hopefully you walk away entertained, if not by all the shows, maybe some of them. And thanks for watching till the end. In case you have any recommendations, you can always highlight them down in the comment section. I'll check them out. And anyway, in case you enjoy this video, do let me know in the comment sections. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, ding the notification bell for more updates. Anyway, see you on the next one. Cheers.